r/ask Reddit. What are you in the incredibly small minority of? People who quit heroin cold turkey and never looked back. I don't fully understand how I did it, but I just decided I was done. Celebrating 6 years clean and I have zero cravings or feelings like I want to do it again. There are some studies that suggest that it's more of the environment and where you are rather than the substance. A lot of troops in Vietnam took heroin when SIGs ran out and only 10% who shot up were addicted. The rest quit cold turkey. What does cold turkey mean? I have complete citizen versus, which means all the organs in my abdomen are a mirror image of their typical placement. I think I read around 1% of the population has this. Edit. I'm an idiot. As u/1v1 scrubber pointed out. Thanks. It's actually more like 0.001%. Is there a counter spell? Yeah, but it's in the restricted section. I've been matched as a stem cell donor for not 1, not 2, but 3 different cancer patients. Open bracket. Yes, I've done it each time. It's not a brag, but the chances of that are astronomically low apparently. Edit. I didn't expect this to get so much attention. I am under the military registry, but if you would like to sign up, go to bethamatch.org. I have been on a list of bone marrow donation for several years now. It's like I am not even on it. According to Bethamatch, the odds of donating after signing up for the registry is 1 out of 400, so don't feel too bad. Most people are in your shoes. I was born with 4 kidneys. I actually looked into it and the odds are 1 in a million. So I would say that's a pretty small minority. Damn, did you sell them yet? Yep, all 4 of them. My family carries a mutant gene where every male born with blonde hair and blue eyes is also born with an extra finger on their left hand. Edit. Go to bed with 8 upvotes and wake up with over 7k. Thank you all for enjoying my weird family. Second edit. Most of the time the fingers do not have bone in and are cut off at birth using thread, but my cousin is the only person I know of who did have bone in, though they still cut it off. Did they kill my father? Prepare to die. Half Irish, half Japanese person. We are rare. I'm half Ethiopian, half Russian. If we have children they'll be the most unique PPL on the planet. Allergic to my own sweat. Edit to add how I found out since so many people have asked. My allergy only formed after I hit my early 20s and it took me I think 3 years to pinpoint that it was my own sweat doing it. I changed laundry detergents, changed my diet, changed my shower stuff, got a different bed, different car. It took meeting a friend's cousin whose hyperhidrosis symptoms to sweat were similar for me to think that might be it. Had it confirmed within a week. I still need to see a doctor to determine the exact cause of the reaction, but it was so exhausting those first few years not know why it was happening and trying everything, but nothing changing. Second edit to add my symptoms because holy shit this blew up. What I consider minor to full-blown rash is as follows. Semi-minor, slightly warm, only my armpits are broken out. Minor, small rash will develop on my forearms, no raised bumps, but definitely itchy. Semi-major, rash will then be not just on my arms but also my chest and abdomen, back, legs, open bracket, maybe more depending. Itchy but I can ignore it. Major, full body rash, except for my hands and feet. Yes, this includes my scalp, genitals, face, armpits, everywhere, except my hands and feet. It will be severely itchy at that point and my skin will not only feel hot to others, but to me it feels like I'm on fire almost. It's not pleasant whatsoever. Final edit. Thanks to this redditor I now have a name for it. I'm gonna keep replying to comments as best I can, but I can't answer everyone. I'm sorry. Me too lol. During summer when I lived in Brazil I wouldn't go outside or I'd come back home at the end of the day with my whole body full of hives. Yay. Allergy buddies. Not sure if it'll help you, but especially during summer months, spray on sunscreen works for me. I put it on before I'm going to be in any heat or humidity and it prevents me from breaking out because it lets the sweat sit on top of the sunscreen instead of against the skin, preventing the reaction from happening. People who sort by new. Thank you for your service, sir. There are dozens of us. Still haven't seen Frozen. At this point, I just let it go. Woman at an engineering school. I am the only girl in a 50-person lecture this semester. The odds are good, but the goods are odd. This comment is peak performance. I can write with my both hands and different things at the same time. Impressive. But can you write in Latin with one hand and Greek with the other like President James Garfield? Oh number. I need to learn THT. My husband was red-haired, left-handed and blue eyes. Being a lefty, his soul would belong to the devil, except he hasn't got one on account of being red-headed. I'm guessing he's Irish. Red hair is a recessive gene. I've read. There are Asian redheads and African redheads. Just kinda happens sometimes. People without an anus. How do you remove waste from your digestive process? My colon exits through my abdomen, near my navel. I wear a nostomy appliance, which is essentially a plastic bag taped to my stomach. I've got aphantasia, which means that I can't visualize. I didn't even realize it until 3 years ago. I used to think when people said things like, imagine yourself on a beach, that it was just a figure of speech. I had no idea that other people really could picture it in their minds. Edit. This been such a fun and interesting discussion. It's been really cool hearing about so many different people's experiences with visualization, and it's surprising how broad the spectrum of experiences. Same. Holy crap. It's just so surreal to think that someone could just imagine anything so clearly on demand. It's also so hard to explain to anyone who can visualize. I feel like I can kind of relate to visualizers since I dream, and I would imagine being able to visualize is like having a dream you can control. But I have no idea how to describe not visualizing. My partner asked me what happens in my mind while I'm reading a book, and I can't think of any way to explain it. People with extremely rare last names, and being the only male left in the entire family. FML edit. Wow, so many reactions I did not expect. Just to clarify, I am the only male in a total group of people with my surname. About 25 worldwide. All are either female or too old for kids. I don't have any male cousins. So yeah, anyone wanna date me? XD. I'm the only one in the whole country with my last name as well. I feel you. Doxing me would be the easiest ducking thing. Edit. Also, my first name is pretty rare as well, so I'm most likely the only person on earth with that name. I've checked and I'm the only one of my name on Google. Sometimes I feel for privacy's sake I should have chosen a pen name to go with the public profile I've been building up over the years. I work on the longest running and one of the most cited health studies in the UC. I'm also allergic to deer hair. Yes, apparently that's a thing. I have never been in contact with deer hair, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was allergic. I'm allergic to dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, sheep, horses etc. Heterochromia iridium. I have one eye green and the other brown. Edit. I'll leave a pic here so you can see it. It needs good light to be seen well, so I had to put a lamp on my face to take the pic. So sorry for the face and the crappy phone quality. My daughter has one solid blue eye and the other is 50% blue but green and brown in the center. I wonder if she has the same thing. I can make my pupils dilate at will. I've never met anyone else who can do this. I can also cross one of my eyes with making the other one look straight ahead. I can hold my breath for over 2 minutes. Not a swimmer. And I have asthma. My right leg is longer than my left leg. Thanks for asking this question. Now I finally know how to fill out my Tinder bio. I can raise and lower my blood pressure at will. Why would I raise my blood pressure, you may ask? Well, so I can lower it, of course. I can raise and lower my cholesterol at will. Why would you raise your cholesterol? So I can lower it again. Never nudes. There are dozens of us. I never got why they wear jorts. Isn't underwear the same thing? I figured it was because they went out of style, but since they are never nudes, they couldn't take them off, so they stayed on basically forever. Also, denim is easily washable and can go longer without being washed than other fabric. Well, I am diagnosed bipolar 1, 5% population, and this summer I contracted Lyme's disease. Ladies. I had no idea that there was more than one type of bipolar disorder until I was diagnosed last year as bipolar 2. I had never had a stereotypical manic episode, so it came as a surprise. There really should be better mental health care and education available worldwide. My lower middle right and lower right fang adult tooth are fused together. It looks like a giant tooth. Dentist was amazed when they saw it. Edit. Check my profile posted what it looks like. I'm a Latino that can't roll their R's. I sound like a cat choking on their own growl. I'm a Brazilian Arab in the US, which is probably 0.0000001 of the population. Lebanese? No, they're probably straight. I'm a psychiatrist that takes Medicare. I'm a ducking unicorn. Thank you. Being ridiculously good looking. I'm kidding, I am so fugly. Yes, but can you turn left? Grew a rare benign tumor and had it surgically removed only to have to grow back and have it removed again. My surgeon said that it was so rare that I was his only patient in over 30 years of practice that he's had to do a second surgery on. Jokes on him because it's grown back a third time. Third time is a charm, doc. Let's not make it a fourth year. I can stop my hiccups instantly by just thinking about it. I don't really know how it works. I think there's something to this. I had an elementary school teacher, and if I got the hiccups and asked to go get a drink of water, she would say I could only if I could hiccup one more time. I could never do it. And I once offered my hiccuping brother $100 to hiccup one more time. He couldn't do it. I am able to cure my hiccups because my dad did a similar thing, but using quarters. I'll give you a quarter if you hiccup again. Worked so often that I learned to just think about the next hiccup and they go away. Now I do it to my kids. Unfortunately, quarters don't seem to be such a hot commodity anymore though. I'll give you an iPad if you hiccup again. Seems a touch pretentious. Apparently, Americans who eat their fries with mayo. Edit. I hate ketchup, so no fry sauce for me. My parents are South American, but I was born in New York and they don't eat fries with mayo. This is something I totally came upon on my own. I don't put tons of it on, just a small dip for each fry tip. I've gotten my husband to do this as well. He also dislikes ketchup. There's only 5 people left in the whole world with my very unique last name. My dad, uncle, aunt, sister and me. I've liked Dragon Force since before Guitar Hero 3 came out. I once dropped butter toast, and it landed butter side up. The recovering heroin opioid addict going to the methadone clinic every single day of the week. Keep it up. You can do it. I have a nerve in my right ear canal that, when stimulated, makes me violently cough. It's really strange and called Arnold's nerve. I figured it out when my family and I used to think Q-tips could be used to clean ears. I always thought everyone had it until I finally brought it up a couple years ago. Edit. Thank you u/Spillin91 for letting me know that the nerve itself is common, but the reaction isn't. I might have this. As an audiologist who takes wax out of people's ear on a daily basis, this is very common. Everyone has that nerve, but not everyone has the coughing reflex. I would say at least 30-40% of people will cough once I stick something deep enough in their ears. Incredibly common here. Just thought I'd say hi. Hello. Come to think of it, out of everyone here, only one wanted to say hi. Guess you are a minority. People who have attempted suicide and are still alive. Doing a lot better now, but make sure you check in on your friends. Never know who needs it. Oftentimes it's the most upbeat person that's hurting the most. Left-handed Korean that uses his turn signal properly in Southeastern TN. Turn signal in TN gets you rare enough TBH. In my class this year of my major at my university there are 28 people total, and only 5 schools in the country offer the major, and we aren't the smallest. Edit. In a comment further down, I eventually reveal it to be naval architecture engineering. Non-Fijian fluent in the Fijian language. Millennial with a 401k. The 1% rule of internet culture. The 1% rule is a rule of thumb pertaining to participation in an internet community, stating that only 1% of the users of a website actively create new content, while the other 99% of the participants only lurk. https://en Wikipedia. org wiki/1 divided by 25 rule. Internet culture. Connected to that, I am part of the people with over 4 million total Karma on Reddit group. There are currently only 42 of us out of millions of users according to Karma LB. Percentage of ex-boyfriends who are dead, 3 out of 8. And I'm only 34. And one more is terminally ill, but might survive with an organ transplant. Open bracket. He's also my fave of the lot, so I'm hoping he'll be okay just because it would be statistically unlikely for me to have even more dead exes. Yes, I know that's not how statistics work. Just give me that one for my own peace of mind, okay? Percentage of ex-boyfriends who are dead. This is the one officer. Unfortunately, the ones that died aren't the ones I would off if given the choice. If anyone else is going to add to the numbers, please let it be the manipulative gaslighting criminal defense lawyer. Alas, he keeps on living. To my dismay, first one is questionable as to whether or not he's actually my ex, because technically we dated in 8th grade and our relationship was mostly holding hands while roller skating. Kisses on the cheek and giggling on the telephone, but he was a sweet guy who died in a house fire when I was in high school and I was really sad about it. We were still loosely in contact through mutual friends. The second killed himself and the third died in a hit and run on his bike. I wasn't in contact with either one, but I also wasn't on bad terms with either one. The guy that's sick is still a friend that I'm pretty close with and have been for like 20 years. We broke up due to his gayness and me not being a dude. Then actually got back together in college because he figured out that he's technically bi, just tends to prefer dudes overall. But he was starting to get sick and wouldn't have been able to leave our hometown, and I had just gotten a major scholarship to art school in a different city that I could not turn down. But we've kept in touch all these years. Still talk regularly, visit each other when we can. And he's actually a major reason I'm leaving LA to move home in the next few months. Open bracket. Not the only reason though. LA is starting to suck a lot and my parents are getting older and we get along, so I want to spend more time with them too. One of the few people who donates to support an organization that wishes to preserve neon signage. Edit. Had no idea so many of you cared about neons. I'm not in the USA. I support a local organization. I'm in Europe, and also one in Hong Kong. Sadly, neons are being replaced by LEDs everywhere because they are more environmentally friendly, but nothing has the same charm. The neon glow can't not be replicated. Hong Kong, which used to be a mecca for neon lovers, has had 90% of its neons replaced by LEDs in the last 8 years. It is losing its charm and character. If you are interested, please seek out such organization in your area and contribute if you wish. Making neon signs is an art, and in the next decade or so, it will be lost. Liberal gun owners. There's more of us than you think. We just don't tend to use it as a personality trait. Finally, I never knew how to verbalize the thoughts on the subject of being a liberal gun owner with a concealed carry permit. I was born the third child to the first of 3 children at 3:33 AM on the 3rd of March 1983. I have 3 brothers and 3 children. My 3 best friends died in a 3-year span. All of them never saw their 33rd birthday. A plague may be IDK, but it's a lot of coincidence. As the result of a drug trial, I was medically cured of a chronic viral illness that impacts 300 million people worldwide. I was the only trial patient to respond in such a medically significant way. People who like candy corn. Black man with a small dong. I like The Last Jedi edit. There's slightly over a dozen of us. That's a solid group if you ask me. I don't mind, and sometimes even prefer my drinks to be room temp or hotter. My favorite is when I drink a water or Gatorade that has been left in the car on a summer day. This is pre-crime. I've got my name in the credits of a Star Wars film. Banana is my favorite Laffy Taffy flavor. People with green eyes. Being Navajo, leaving the reservation and graduating from a university. I'm a heterosexual male and I dislike receiving oral sex. Asthmatic marathon runner and workout instructor, though having excellent lung function and cardiovascular health means it takes a lot for my asthma to slow me down. Having 3 testicles. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.